Boys and girls, smarks and marks all over the world.
Grab a seat or take it easy on your feet as we set up our gear. Lend us your ear.
Because your boys, King Mac Milli and J Classic, are about to put on some podcast action.
So get psyched and turn to the smart side.
Because Smark Psychology Podcast starts now.
Yo, I said, yo, you hear the echo, you already know what it is and what that shit do. Yeah, it's been so long, but your boy is back. It is the value that allows you the opportunity to roll with me. You already know what it is. You see the money, you see the crown. It's the King Mac Milli. How y'all doing, man? Smark Psychology Podcast. We back at it again. Oh man, it feels unfamiliar, but yet familiar at the same damn time around the way. What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing, man? I've been gone for a little while, you know what I'm saying? Went out of the country for a little bit, enjoying myself and the festivities and everything. And, you know, it's been a while since I've been here, but I am back. So as y'all come on in to join your king and your boy, go ahead and share this thing all over the place, wherever you're viewing that, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you are on Twitter, Twitch, all those other places and things, whatever, you know, share it with your peoples. Y'all come on in, y'all jump in the comment section, talk to me and I'll talk back. Otherwise, I'm going to be running my trap all night long. Well, not all night long, probably for the next 45, depending on how I feel, you know what I'm saying? But jump up in the comment sections and get at your boy, you know what I'm saying? Let the money know what's going on. I feel like maybe, you know what I'm saying, since I'm kind of like in the ambiance right now, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take my glasses off, take my shades off and get personal with y'all. You figure deal me? Figure yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm bullshitting. Who knows? Maybe I might take them off again. There ain't no never mind. But yeah, join up in here, get up in here. Holla at your boy. I got a whole lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Spill my guts on a little bit of what's going on around. You know, we had AEW Dynamite happening tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got some things in the dirt sheet that I want to bring up and talk about, speak about. You know what I'm saying? And then that last match, you figure deal me, you know what I'm saying? The stipulation being NXT. We're going to talk some NXT and everything that's going on in the transitions, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I know I ain't got to that portion of the show, but you know what I'm saying? Red cups up to the bro. J Classic, you know what I'm saying? Holding it down while the king been around, you know? But like I said, I'm back and I'm ready to get up into this thing, you know what I'm saying? Got the Lince Dorado belly rolls, just yeah. Oh man, I'm so excited. I get to start saying yeah again. But we ain't gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about that at another time. But yeah. Smart Psychology Podcast. We here. What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Yeah. It feels so good to be back home. You know what I'm saying? And home is here with y'all as we shoot the shit, talk this wrestling, get up into it and how I feel. You know what I'm saying? We throw this up here real quick. Booyah, Smart Psychology. Yes, sir, indeed. In due time, shall I say, in due time. First of all, hello to all of you out there in the audio world. I forgot to mention y'all, you know what I'm saying, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you picking this up at. How y'all doing? If y'all like to catch the visual, then you know what I'm saying, make sure you tap into our Facebook and our YouTube and our Twitter, you know what I'm saying, so you can see your boy, talk to your boy. But wherever you are, leave them comments. leave them comments. But yeah, I guess what I can get into to start off the shit now, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what happened to be just a little bit of that chatter, that clatter, that DST, that dirt sheet talk. Oh shit, it's the paparazzi. It's the papa. They talking, they hollering at me. Oh shit. Dirt sheet talk, dirt sheet talk, dirt sheet talk, dirt sheet talk, dirt sheet talk. Thirsty talk. These niggas, they forever just won't shut up. Here I come. Dang. I hear y'all. I hear y'all. All right. Get up out of here. Just shut up. Jesus. There we go. Kill this echo. Man, the dirt sheet's been popping off. And I haven't been here, like I said, for quite some time to holler at y'all and talk to y'all about the things that's been going on. But the talk of the town has been AEW. AEW. I had a little bit of something to say last night. If y'all didn't see last night's episode, please go back in the vault and check that out. We had MLW superstar Alex Kane, our brother Alex Kane was on the show yesterday shooting the shit with us or whatever. I came through the last moments and threw some shit around there. But you know what I'm saying? Check out last night's episode for show. Mr. Number 35 on the Black Wrestling's list, and Mr. 86. And 86 is a wonderful number on that PWI list that just came out today. You know what I'm saying? And since we on that PWI, let's, get on to it. Because like I said, that list came out today. And we definitely have some switching and changing and things around for that nature. And let's see if I can figure find it. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second before I get to the PWI. Yeah, so it seems as though as my guy Mike Tyson and Ric Flair are getting very, very, very well acquainted around these ways. And Jesus, I got to take a drink on that because my mouth is dry just thinking about what they was getting into. Ah, man, the juice. Always got the juice. But yeah, there's a video surfacing and Mike Tyson is with Ric Flair and they are somewhere where I did not catch exactly where they were, but they are out and about and in the town and they were, smoking weed, rolling the bleezy, smoking the bleezy on the side wheezy, you know what I'm saying, shooting the shit. A whole lot of things were said, but not a whole lot was said. Mike Tyson said they needed to go viral. And how do you not go viral when you're smoking a blunt with Ric Flair outside? You know what I'm saying? Of course it's going to go viral. Ric Flair had a mention of smoking the bleezy and going, Ric Flair drip go woo on a bitch and everything. So, Mike Tyson out there having a good time. I'm upset that Mike Tyson was the only person out of these two that choked on the blunt. Not what I expected. I for sure expected Ric Flair to choke on that blunt, but he's definitely been around the ways, which I'm sure Mike Tyson has been as well. But, Mike was enjoying himself, giggling and laughing and all that shit. And Ric Flair being Ric Flair, shout outs to the Nature Boy for hitting the bleezy and making it look like it's something that he do every damn day, which I'm probably sure he does. Wow, I'm probably sure he does. As we are talking about paraphernalia, I guess I could mention just a little bit the little feud that's going on in between EC3 and your boy, the Velveteen Dream. You know what I'm saying? Velveteen Dream recently got into some mishaps legally, which led for EC3 to come out and kind of bash him a little bit, which whoever wants to kick a man while he's down, if he's down. But EC3 comes out and he bashes them and he says things along the lines of, I was having a party at my place and EC3 had his phone in the bathroom recording me trying to pee. Wanted to see my dang-lang. And yeah, crazy. He said he deleted videos off of Velveteen Dream's phone and then sat there and waited to see who was going in the bathroom to get that phone back. And Velveteen Dream was the one that got up to go to the bathroom, and he was like, voila, the phone is gone. It's your phone, you're a perv, things of that nature. Velveteen Dream recently reacted to such scenarios from EC3 commenting on the dirt sheets. And EC3 said, hey, bro, let's keep it a G. Let's keep it 100. Yeah, my phone was in the bathroom, but let's really talk about what was going on. I ain't gonna mention it, but I'm gonna mention it low key. You know what I'm saying? It was some white powder around. You know what I'm saying? It was a very, very, very festive night. White powder in a lot of places. A current WWE superstar and a non current anymore WWE superstar. A lot of people in the house. Velvet Team didn't name no names, but yeah, we can go ahead and speculate about everybody that was there. And I'm sure in the coming days we will be hearing about the rest of this story as it comes about. But yeah, Velveteen Dream pretty much says, nah, bruh, I wasn't in there recording people's PPs. Like I was, everybody was drunk. You was pissy drunk. You know what I'm saying? You was at home, comfortable, pissy drunk, and we don't really know each other like that. We don't hang out with each other, and you didn't know what my sexuality clearly was based off of my character. We're not personal friends like that. So, maybe you might have had a line or two too many. He didn't say that EC3 was doing cocaine, but he implied it, so sniff, sniff. Then I think I see things. It's pretty much what Velveteen was saying EC3 was on. And yeah, he said I don't follow the man on Instagram or anything like that. If he really had a personal problem with me or really felt some way about me, he wouldn't be following me on Instagram. So, drama, drama in the dirt sheets. We gonna see what the next level of that story is gonna be when it comes about. But yes, Mike Tyson and Ric Flair smoking weed, EC3 doing cocaine, or so Velveteen Dream says or implies. Don't come for me, EC3. Don't try to control my narrative over here. Just, focus on your narrative and whatever that may be. We already had some run-ins with you quite a little bit. Ain't trying to, get into too much shit too much further. You know what I'm saying? But enough of that. The PWI standings have came out for this year, 500. And let me go ahead and get this logo up out the corner so y'all could see these qualifications. It says the oldest in our, I don't know what that word is, TRIUMVIRA. TE. I am not going to try to pronounce it because y'all ain't going to make fun of me, but y'all probably going to make fun of me already because I don't know what that shit is, but I challenge y'all. To pronounce that word. Trimium virate of yearly rankings now including our women's and tag teams list. The 500 is an expansion of our weekly and monthly heavyweight top 10. But the 2022 PWI 500, the evaluation period and activity, it consists of the evaluation period of July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022, and the activity requirements minimum of 10 matches total or 6 matches in separate months. There is the criteria for ranking for in-ring achievement, which would be a win-loss record, championships, tournaments won. Also, the influence and visibility and prestige within a promotion and or the industry, technical ability, quality of moves, matches, and ring psychology, competition, success against the most varied and highest quality opponents available is what the criteria says for such rankings of 500 wrestlers all together from many, many, many different companies. We're just going to talk about the top 10 for quite not too long, but just mention the top 10, see how it's looking. But first we'll visit what the top 10 was for last year because there's been quite a change to the top 10. Looking at last year top 10, it was at number 10. Let me see if I can move this banner really quickly so we can see that name at the bottom, which is my guy, Rich Swan. Booyah. There we go. Rich Swan. At number 9, we got Shingo. At number 8, we had Mr. Balor, Purple Stars Gangster. You know what I'm saying? Banners up. We had number 7, Will Ospreay. Number 6, John Bleed All the Time Moxley. We got 5, Kota Ibushi. We got 4, Mr. McIntyre. No Angela. Number 3, Bobby the Almighty Lashley. Number 2, the head of the table. And number 1, Kenny Omega. And that was last year's top 10. You know what I'm saying? This year's top 10 looks a tad bit different. Only 2 people from that list made it to the next year to be in the top 10. One person moved down, one person moved up. And the top 10 ranks as such. Number 10, Jonathan Gresham, Mr. Octopus. What's going on, brother? Number 9, Big E. I hope you're healing well. Coming together. Triple A's very own Vikingo. Probably pronounced that wrong, but hey, I is who I is, and I am's what I am's. Number 7, Brian Danielson. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about him a little bit later on in the show. Number 6, The American Dream, or the American Nightmare Dream, however you want to go about it. Cody Rhodes, following through his daddy's footsteps, coming back hopefully sometime during the Royal Rumble, and I'll be excited for that. Number 5, Bobby Lashley, and he moves down just one smidget from number 4 to number 5. Hangman Adam Page takes over the 4th spot. CM Punk, the man, the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. CM Punk wants you to know who the Muffin Man is, and they've been going in on that muffin place or whatever the name of that place is on Google and stuff like that, leaving rave reviews because CM Punk sent them. So it's a little bit of hilarity. But yeah, CM Punk rounds about at number 3, Mr. I Want to Fight the EVPs. At number 2, we got Okada, Mr. Rainmaker, pulling in. And at number 1, moving up the ranks from number 2 to number 1, it is the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And looking at this list, top 10 of 500, man, who can I really say deserves, well, I won't get into who deserves what, because that's always a conversation to be had. But man, just looking at the names on there to be the top 10 for what it is right now, like I said, a whole lot changed. There were 8 different people that came into the top 10 that were not there last year. Only Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley remain in that top 10. So the work that they have been putting in for the WWE on Raw and SmackDown respectively, and a little bit Raw when you get to Roman Reigns. But yeah, head of the table is in the rightful place all the way at the Tiz Knob. Shout outs to the bro Alex Kane again. Once I said earlier, he was definitely number 86. It's always grand to be in the top 100. You know what I'm saying? Get a chance to really check it out a little bit later on. Everybody that made it. It's 500 names is a lot to be going through and looking at it and all that and everything. There was a little mishap about I believe Cash Willard not being on the 500, but it was a mistake. He actually is on the 500. He actually is. So yeah, the rankings are out. Y'all can go ahead and view those. Agree with it, not agree with it. Like I said, number 1, Roman Reigns. Number 2, Okada. Number 3, CM Punk. Number 4, Hangman Page. Number 5, Bobby Lashley. Number 6, Cody Rhodes. Number 7, Brian Danielson. Number 8, Vikino. Number 9, Big E. Number 10, Jonathan Gresham. Like I said, I'm not going to say who deserves and who doesn't deserve to be in this top 10, but you can go ahead and shoot the shit and let me know how you feel about this top 10 and who shouldn't be there, who should be higher, who should be lower. All that is enough to be talking about until next year, because that's how long it will carry over into, you know what I'm saying? That's how long it will carry over into. Booyah. There's the cover art right there for those tops. So yeah, interesting stuff. Let me see what else I got here. There has been some updates to the suspensions for AEW. For all of the guys that were in the fight, it's being said that everyone who wasn't actually fighting and who was trying to break up the fight is now off of suspension. However, that may be. Says here that one second, everybody involved, including those breaking up the fight, ended up being suspended by AEW. Essentially, they were sent home and no one heard anything. I cannot imagine what it's like to be at home on suspension and not hearing a word about nothing about what's going on when it comes to your job, but they went through that. So it says No contact between AEW and anybody that was sent home. They were just sitting there, no idea with what was going on, just sitting. As of today, I do not know everybody who is off of suspension, but I believe that everybody who was involved in breaking up the fight is now off of suspension. I know that Pat Buck is off of suspension. I know that Brandon Cutler is off suspension, and I think some other people were called today and they're off suspension. So right now, to the best of my knowledge, and there may be phone calls being made right now for all I know, I believe that if you were involved in the breaking it up and you are off suspension, but if you were actually involved in the fight, let's see what this says right there at the bottom. You are still on suspension. So yeah, if you were in the fight, breaking up the fight. Well, if you were in the fight, you're still on suspension, which would be the EVPs, Young Bucks and Kenny, and believe it, not Hangman Page because he left the arena or left before that took off. CM Punk obviously is injured, so there's no talk about if he's suspended or not suspended, but Ace still as well, obviously still suspended along with everybody else. And it's crazy. Like it's been a lot of talk about how the fight went down and how it didn't go down and everybody's side and CM Punk called everybody to his locker room, and we went to his locker room politely, and he started throwing chairs, and I got bit and all this stuff, and the dog was barking, and however, whatever. So many so many stories, but it's all bullshit if you ask me. At the end of the day, cooler heads should have and could have prevailed. A lot of people are getting taking sides on CM Punk's side, or not so much on CM Punk's side, on the Young Bucks side and things of that nature. And Cody Rhodes tweeting out a few things. It's getting messy. It's getting messy. But the focus should never be on backstage drama. But who am I to say what the focus should be on? Because that's just what happens all the damn time. Going back to PWI, well, the man who's topping off the charts at the PWI, shout outs to the Bloodline. The Bloodline is doing major work still within the company, and the newest member of the Bloodline, Little Uso, Solo Sikoa, has just become the North American champion, beating Carmelo Hayes on NXT yesterday. We'll talk about NXT a little bit more, but booyah, you see it, you see the man, you see him holding the gold. He's taking that to SmackDown. So my guess is that he'll be back and forth on SmackDown and NXT. And we'll talk about NXT a little bit more later on, but that's a good look for the Bloodline. New addition for the title, and Sammy is still hanging around. Speaking of Sammy, we got the other Usos. Sammy said he's the fourth son. Technically, Sammy is Sammy is a gem. He is hilarious. He is definitely hilarious. But our twins, the Usos, they are undisputed tag team champions. And at the moment, there are tag team titles being created. Yes, indeed. There will be one tag team championship, which I do agree with. There does not need to be two separate tag team champions because the tag team division barely has life as it is. You can count on now two hands how many tag teams that there are in the WWE. Hopefully, you'll be able to use up every finger eventually, and we'll make a division matter. But one set of titles I'm cool with. There's talks that there will be no more blue bands, no more Ray bands for those championship belts. They're going back to the black straps. No more silver dollar, silver quarter looking. Hopefully, the return of the penny will not be back for these tag team titles as well. We heard about Triple H having new designs or coming up with new designs for these championships. So the big W will be in the middle of the championship, or so I've heard. Hopefully, it does not end up being a sore for the eyes when those championships get reintroduced. But one tag team championship for all the tag teams going across both shows. I like the way that sounds. Give it to me. Number one contenders will be had once SmackDown comes around this Friday. So be sure to check out that Fatal 4-Way tag team match between those teams to see who gets the next shot. But yeah, speaking on the last champion, Mr. Head of the Table, Mr. Number One, head of the PWI, just killing the game, killing the game. There is talks that his match with The Rock will be continuing as scheduled. You know what I'm saying? It's a Vince McMahon thing that's going to stick around, I guess, all the way until WrestleMania. But there are major, major, major talks that they want to separate these championships, but they don't want to put any losses on Roman Reigns. So how are they going to do it? I do not know, but if I can configure a thing or two, let me just start off with this. First of all, I know I was talking about it and I know I was asking about it before it took place, and it took place. And Roman Reigns is now the unified WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. Cool, but that clutters things when you have so many dual champions and so many talented people on the roster. Roman Reigns is on the tear of a lifetime, the tear of his career, killing the game, killing the game. How would I configure that they can move on having two championships while keeping Roman Reigns as strong as possible? Okay, here's one. They could say goodbye to the Universal Championship, and they can introduce a brand new looking championship that would be named the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, I guess, if that's what they want to roll with, or it could just go back to being the WWE Championship. Retire the Universal Championship, have Roman be the new champ. Well, not the new champ, but still the reigning champ, but give him a new championship to rock and look at hopefully something that does not look like either one of these. But who am I to say that may happen? In doing that, you can introduce or bring back the big gold. Everybody misses the big gold World Heavyweight Championship. You can bring that back for one of the shows, and there is your separate heavyweight champion for whichever show that you would like that championship to be on. Have a tournament, have an elimination chamber, I don't know, however, whatever, have a Royal Rumble, and the winner of the Royal Rumble becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. That's one way that they could come about having two separate titles again. Or I don't know. It gets really tricky after that if you just don't combine those belts, give Roman one, and bring back an old favorite, because they want Roman Reigns to look strong going into WrestleMania to become the greatest of all time is what they are still pushing for him to be, facing The Rock. And if you ask me, he does not need a championship in order to face The Rock and become one of the greatest of all times. But I guess losing both of those, however type of way it could come about, could maybe put a little bit of a scar on that. But I can figure if they're not going to combine those belts, perhaps they could have a triple threat match to where Roman doesn't get pinned, and I don't know, the fall can go in between the other two individuals, whoever they may be, for one of the championships. That way Roman doesn't really take a pin, and that streak could still go on for over 1,000+ days of not having been pinned. Crazy to think that the last person that put a pin on Roman Reigns was Baron Corbin. Wow. So that should Baron Corbin should talk that up. Hopefully he's going into a program with JBL and they'll get to start mentioning that and build Baron Corbin up, because that is a mighty feat to stake claim to, that I was the last person that pinned Roman Reigns, who is killing the game right now. But yeah, have a triple threat match for one of those championships, possibly maybe the Universal Championship, but possibly not, because knowing WWE, if Roman Reigns were to somehow, some way lose the Universal Championship, they'll still continue the talk of 1,000+ days as champion, even though the Universal Championship was the championship that started this whole conversation about him being champion for over 1,000 days. So that's crazy, but they might do something like that. Or you can have a ladder match to where Roman Reigns also doesn't take a pinfall victory, and I guess it's a little bit less damage to his reign because nobody gets pinned in the scenario, so nobody actually wins. They just climb a ladder and grab one of the championships at the same time that he's grabbing a championship. He could come down with one. Whoever is challenging could come down with the other. That is another way to split up the championships. So far, that is three ways that they could figure this out. Other than that, I see nothing happening or taking place unless they just introduce, I don't know, like that's the same thing as my first idea. So I don't see it coming across no other way other than Roman Reigns. The best way I see fit is Roman Reigns combining the championships, give him a new title, and bring back the big gold belt. That's it. That's all. That I don't, like I said, I don't see any other way on making that happen. But yeah, that was all of the dirt sheet talk that I have for today's episode. God, get the enough. Get out of here. Jesus. You know what I have to say to all those dirt sheeters?
You fucking Mark!
That's right. I feel all MJF about it. And while I am there, it is time to sell or no sell AEW Dynamite. So you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Ring that bell, ring that bell, ring that bell, ring that bell. Sell or no sell? Hopefully, y'all took the opportunity to check out AEW Dynamite tonight because I am going to kind of no sell just a little bit of AEW Dynamite, but I'm going to sell a whole lot of it, a whole lot of it, a whole lot of it. I am going to sell. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to sell. It wasn't that bad of an episode all the way start to finish. There was a tournament of which we do have a finals of that will be taking place next week. We will be getting a brand new AEW champion, not an intern champion, but a champion. John Moxley was supposed to be going on vacation before all of this craziness went down and happened. And yeah, he was called upon to not go on vacation, and he wasn't really happy about it. But he is a trooper. He is a trooper. We all appreciate John Moxley for being a trooper and sticking around and getting it done. But AEW Dynamite kicks off with John Moxley taking on Sammy Guevara, the final four, Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho being the other two to round out that final four, and they were in the main event tonight. And yeah, for this match right here, Mox versus what is that kid's name? Moxley versus this guy, Sammy Guevara. There you go. It was a very good match. Very, very good opening match. They pulled out everything in their arsenal back and forth. Sammy Guevara, who people were getting behind and want him to become a champion of some sort. Once again in AEW, there was a picture floating around with him having the AEW championship on his shoulder. But yeah, Sammy Guevara could not pull this out. And when I said he pulled out all the stops, he pulled out all of the stops, even with the ladies of the Jazz coming out with Ty Conti giving a low blow kick to John Moxley as Anna choke out everybody is distracting the referee. That did not help. Go back to this, the bulldog choke and the elbows and everything did not put Sammy away. Sammy had a very, very, very strong showing, but that Death Rider was hit and John Moxley went ahead and pulled out the victory. I sell for this match. I sell for this match because it was a damn good match. If you ever get some time and you did not check out AEW Dynamite, I say check it out and check out this match because it was a damn good one. John Moxley moves on to the finals next week, being stated as a three-time world champion, but I'm sure there's a more. Oh no! One-time WWE champion, two-time AEW. No, because that's 3 AEW championship reigns, so they're missing a few. If they got a 7-time world champion Jericho and 6-time world champion Bryan Danielson, like they're missing a few from Mox or whatever. But yeah. Afterwards, as Mox is leaving the ring, there's a lot of chatter about MJF going off at the mouth backstage, and we go to commercial and we come back and out comes Mr. MJF, the devil himself. You know what I'm saying? And he comes right on out and he talks a lot of good shit. A lot of good shit. Very holding up a feud going on with John Moxley, and it's kind of foreshadowing who's going to be the winner and the next champion, but hopefully not. But we get a swerve. But MJF comes out and he talks hella shit, hella shit. He goes off on Mox, like I said. He says he's not playing a character like Mox is playing the character. He said he's so much better than the man that he used to be the last time him and Mox went against each other for the world heavyweight title. He said there is no podium, there is no presidential theme, there's nothing going on here. I'm a different Mox. He says I'm a different MJF. Excuse me. He says that Moxley is an uneducated, poor white slumbag from the sticks. And he says that his brain is more dangerous than the drinking disorder disease that Mox was suffering through and overcame. Couple of low blows from MJF, but I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. MJF said that he is a demon that Mox cannot slay. So, like I said, if it's not Moxley that's going to be the next world champ yet again to go into this feud with MJF, then what are we doing this for? But MJF definitely says that the message is to more people than just Moxley. It also goes out to Bryan Danielson and it also goes out to Chris Jericho. MJF is the number one contender. Everybody should be looking over their shoulder. But before MJF disappears out of nowhere, he says that there's a stable on retainer and that he wants to bring out a man that he has known since he was 19 years old. And that man happens to be Stokely. And Stokely comes out with all the boys, all the fellas. And I'm like, all right, well, we're getting some explanation about this faction that helped MJF secure the chip, which he mentions to become the number one contender. And out comes Stokely. Right behind him is Ethan Page, the Ass Boys, or shall I say the Gun Club, Lee Moriarty, and William Morrissey. And this was interesting, a very interesting segment that I just might have to no sell because MJF disappeared out of nowhere, which I don't understand why MJF disappeared out of nowhere, but Stokely kept making references as if MJF was standing at a ringside. But Stokely names this faction the Firm and says that he's not a manager, he's not none of that. He's just a friend who has a big Rolodex and can pull favors. Not really understanding where this is going because he says that once MJF doesn't need these individuals that are standing in the background, then the firm will be no more and they will go their separate ways. And that doesn't make sense to me as much as the formation of this uh, faction doesn't make sense to me, but it happened. Um, After he had that little spill explaining about what the firm is about and how they came to be and what they are, he starts to go down the list and down the line of individuals in the ring with him, calling off needs and wants. And this did not start off great at all. This did not start off good in the least bit because he starts with our guy, William Morrissey. And look at the look on the man's face. His hair is a mess. He in incredible shape, but it's just he does not look happy already. That's not a I'm fierce, I'm ferocious, that is a I'm sad. Why am I here? Why is this going on? And Stokely starts off by saying that we all know what Morrissey wants, and Morrissey wants to do what Morrissey wants to do. And that was his want for for this segment. And Stokely said, I love you. Not sure if you heard me. I said I love you. And William Morrissey kind of like gives him a nod or whatever. And it was very interesting. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. Off the Top Rope podcast says, Yerp. Hope I did that right, even though I'm from the West Coast. But shout outs to you. Shout outs to you. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. But yeah, Morrissey. That very sad. Very sad. He wants to do what he wants to do, and we don't know what that is, even though we found out what everybody else wants to do. Odd. Very, very, very odd. So hopefully in order to save this, he just starts beating people's ass backstage and really doing whatever the hell he wants to do, which would be like a Lance Archer 2.0. And just where is Lance Archer, by the way? Jeez, I just hurt my own feelings. But yeah, next up was Lee Moriarty. You know what I'm saying? Looking good, Lee. Looking good there, Lee. You know, Lee Moriarty says, well, not Lee Moriarty, but Stokely says that Lee would like to become the next ROH Pure Champion. So there's some direction for Lee Moriarty, and I am with it. Story I cannot wait to see unfold and unravel. And as I'm getting to it, you know what I'm saying? Off the top ropes, they says, million. I respect your $1 million belt, yo. And hey, I gotta say, it's an affirmation, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to the one that got it for me because it's always been a dream and a vision of mine to actually have this championship belt. But I got it. And Mr. $1 million Man, Ted DiBiase himself signed it for a Mac, you know what I'm saying? Really appreciate that. Now I gotta take it to another level and get it signed by the ring master, Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know what I'm saying? But back to the subject at hand. Off the top rope says Stokely Hathaway is the best manager in the whole damn locker room. Even though he did not, says that he's not a manager. He's just a man who has contacts, a powerful man, powerful man. But yes, Stokely is a man of genius. He is a man of genius. I hope to see him do more and great things. Next up were the Ass Boys, and the crowd were chanting that admirably and very loudly. Ass Boys, Ass Boys. Sound a little something like Ass Boys, Ass Boys, Ass Boys. And Stokely was like, these are not boys, they are grown ass men, and these two are men that would like to become the AEW Tag Team Champions. So we have the Ass Boys wanted to become the tag team champions. Lee Moriarty wanted to become the pure champion. And this guy that just wants to do what he wants to do. Next, we get to Ethan Page. And where is MJF? Yet again, I do not know, but he should be in the ring with these guys to make this all make sense in some type of way, because MJF is going after the AEW championship. And Ethan Page, his championship of choice is the All Atlantic Championship that Tupac, two belts Pac is wearing. Trios champion and All American, All Atlantic, my bad, champion. Pac, Tupac in AEW. Ethan Page wants that belt and he wants to take it to Canada. So, you know, I'm down for that. Ethan Page is one man who definitely deserves to be wearing championship gold, however that comes about. Shout outs to Scorpio Sky, wherever you at. Hope you healing well, and we'll see you soon. But I guess the men of the year are no more. And yeah, that is what Ethan Page is on. So we got MJF, who is after the AEW World title. We got Ethan Page, who is after the All Atlantic. The Ass Boys, or the Gun Club, or whatever their name is going to be moving forward now, who are after the AEW tag titles. Lee Moriarty, who is after the ROH Pure Championship. And this guy who just wants to do what he wants. For y'all that's listening on the audio, you just got to see this picture. Go over to YouTube and check out the face that this guy has, William Morrissey, because it is funny. Every time I look at it, it just tickles me ever so much. So yeah, I'll sell a portion of this because Stokely is great on the mic, and we have a vision, so to say, of the firm and why they are here and what they are around for and what they're moving towards. So, you know, I am here for it. I'm here for it. But poor William Morrissey, the biggest, most threatening looking man in this group, just wants to do what he wants to do. After this, we had a very quick match in between Jungle Boy and Jay Lethal. And man, I'm a no sell this. Not that it wasn't a great match, because it was a good match. It was a very, very, very good match. I will say that. But Jungle Boy, after getting crushed by Luchasaurus and pinned very quickly by Christian, the injured Christian at All Out, Jungle Boy took a loss and he goes up against Jay Lethal, and Jungle Boy gets a win in a rather good match. And so, you know, the reason why I'm no selling this is because of this guy right here. That is the face of a man who is a loser. He is a loser. He is a loser. He is a loser. Every time I see this man on my screen, he is losing. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I know Jay is doing his thug dizzle and he's giving it everything that he has and he's putting over everybody in the process. But man, Jay Lethal, you are a young legend in my mind. We got to get this guy some wins. He can't keep losing. I was expecting for him to win here and keep the story of Jungle Boy's uphill climb going a little bit longer, but Jungle Boy gets a victory, and that face of the loser, Jay Lethal. You're starting to become a joke, Jay. I don't like you being a joke, Jay. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Uh, Jesus, we're speaking in the fourth person now because Smart Psychology Podcast says that Morrissey looks like he's been done with the relationship, and it's just man, just Morrissey, just that face, man, that face. As I'm here, okay, so Morrissey looks like he's been done with the relationship. His hair is a mess. Morrissey won't last long. He won't last long at all. No, he will not. That Jesus, that face, just oh man, Enzo, where you at? Save your boy, save your boy, save your boy. He does not look happy at all. Going back to the comments really quick before I move on. Off the Top Rope podcast says that I hate that they got Jay Lethal jobbing. Yes, so we feel the same. We feel the same. Jay Lethal is amazing, amazing. Why are you jobbing? Why are you selling for everybody, Jay Lethal? You need to be the man somewhere. You've put in your work. You deserve some payback somewhere somehow. Speaking in the fourth person again, we say that the next match, Jungle Boy versus Jay Lethal. So no sell. Oh, no sell for King Mac. Indeed, indeed. Who do you vote? So I guess that's what we got going on popping in the YouTube and the YouTubers. Shout out to the producer that is making that happen on YouTube. But yes, let us know who, if you're selling or no selling for this match of Jungle Boy and Jay Lethal. It is a no sell for a no sell for I. Moving on. Matter of fact, it was another quick match. Another quick match that happened very, very, very quickly. So quick that I didn't even see when he had busted his mouth, but he definitely busted his mouth. And we are talking about this guy right here, Powerhouse. Ha 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 Hobbs, Mr. Booker Hobbs, Mr. I break backs, I break necks, all that and whatnot. Powerhouse Hobbs, man. The presentation. I love the presentation of how his interest is now. Didn't really expect for him to get the victory at all out, but I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Off the top rope says no sell, and I'm guessing that's for the Jungle Boy and Jay Lethal segment. But yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs, he takes care of whoever he went against for that match. Very, very, very short match. And he grabs the mic and he says, yeah, I beat Ricky Starks as the crowd is chanting for Ricky. I beat him, and it's time to open up another chapter in the book of Hobbs. And before we get an answer on to what that was actually going to be, out comes Ricky through the crowd, dressed in all black, shades adorning, with the mouth of bleeding that Hobbs is having. Starks comes right over the guardrail, or through the guardrail, shall I say, snatches it open, slides in the ring past security, and starts putting tips on Will Hobbs. Taz over commentary says that Ricky Starks busted up Hobbs' mouth, but that is untrue. That busted mouth came somehow, somewhere in that quick match that Hobbs had. But Ricky Starks comes back and he is not finished. He is not through with Powerhouse Hobbs. And, I sell for this. I sell for all of it. I really appreciate what's going on for Ricky Starks and everything. Once this story ends, Ricky is already over. He is going to be even more so over. It is going to be one of the greatest things for his career. I cannot wait until he has some championship gold that is not the FTW championship around his waist. In between that match and the Jungle Boy Jay Lethal match, we had what's his name? You don't even know me. Yeah. You don't even know me. We got Hook and Action Bronson, a training montage as they are gearing up for their match against Jesus Christ. Do Bulk Skull. There you go. Daddy Magic and Angelo, whatever. I hate them. I don't like them. But it's going to be interesting to see action in action, if I could say that, in Hook as well. Being in that scenario, they're going to get their ass kicked very well by these two. I'm excited to see action in the ring and see what he has to pull off the top rope. Podcast says that they are selling for Ricky Starks and Hobbs. Both guys are stars in the making. Agree. I like that we are on the same page. Also, in between those matches, we had Matt Hardy coming up after a video package of Darby Allin crashing and burning on a tricycle yet again. He just loves to hurt himself. I don't understand why. But Matt Hardy is talking his talk. He has a nice T-shirt that has every Matt Hardy that has ever existed on that shirt, and I'm down for it. Actually, I would actually buy that shirt. But Matt Hardy is looking to bring it full circle and make something out of nothing, pushing himself, and he's challenging Darby Allin to a match. So that's something that we're going to be getting. It's going to be interesting. I guess. Not something that I'm very excited about, but we'll see what this turns out to be. Not for me though. Not for me. So after those things and that match, we get the tag team title match that everybody had been waiting for. And I can't really say that everybody been waiting for it. I could just sell for myself, and before I move on any further, we got a sell from Off the Top Ropes for a Hook and Action Bronson promo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, they look good in that promo. They're going to look even better in the ring. I'm going to be excited. Please don't let me down, Action. But yeah, this match right here, oh, should have surprisingly, because we've heard reports of what took place or what fans were expecting to take place at All Out, which would be the Acclaimed, who are waiting for the winner of this match on the next title defense that will be taking place. The Acclaimed have that shot next week on Dynamite. But we get the champs coming out, and they were booed. We got the Whose House? Swerve's House. Boo, which was a surprise. And then afterwards, we get Who Am I? I am Keith Lee, and followed by some boos yet again. And I'm like, oh shit, what is going on? They are booing the tag team champions. Do they want the Acclaim to be tag team champions that bad that they not putting no respect on my boys' names? It was crazy. It was crazy. I did not appreciate that, but you know, big major pop for two-thirds of the trio's champions. Zero, Metal, Animal, Aero, meet us in the ring. We the Mexicans. It's the fight we bring. Hanging by a string. Zeros up, M's downs, and we say get proud. Zero, Metal, Animal, Aero, meet us in the ring. We the Mexicans. It's the fight we bring. Hanging by a string. Zeros up, M's downs, and we say get proud. I love that song. That's my joint. I just get so amped when it just come on. Just settle, just ooh. But short match again. But it was a damn good match to see. There was even a Canadian destroyer from Pentagon to Keith Lee that got a fucking "This Is Awesome" chant from the crowd. It was crazy. Check that match out for sure. Before I get to the results of that match, we got a Off the Top Rope podcast saying that they have a big sale for the tag team title match. Action-packed. Swerve is definitely turning heel on Lee when they drop the titles to the Acclaimed. And so the result were Swerve and Keith Lee retaining those championships, of course, and obviously, like I said, a short match, but a damn great match. Like, check it out. That Canadian destroyer to Keith Lee, man, like, whew, man, crazy. But I would like to see Swerve and Lee in a feud Looks like that we're getting that very, 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 very soon. Very, very, very soon. But before they left from out of the before they left from out of the ring after their win, excuse me, the Acclaim come out. You know what I'm saying? The Acclaim come out and the crowd goes wild. Crowd goes wild. He says they tell everybody to shut the hell up, or no, tell them, not everybody, but tells Keith Lee and Swerve to watch their backs and all that and everything. Call them Drake and Josh. Told Swerve that to keep nut hugging every famous person that he knows, which is crazy. Like, their feud is major. Their feud is big time or whatever. And like I said, next week we are getting, and shout outs to them shirts. Scissor me daddy ass. Just scissor me daddy, however, whatever. Crazy. But next week we are getting this tag team match, the second round of the Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed. And yeah, Acclaimed just might become tag team champions next week. Two champions being crowned, AEW. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Let's get some positive things going. Let's get some positive things going. I sell for that match. I sell for that match. Hopefully, it's going to be a great match, and we get new champions. Hate to say that in such an early point of this tag team title reign of Keith Lee and Swerve, but we're going to get what we're going to get. And in saying that, Jesus Christ, what we're getting next. Pac goes back to the back with the rest of the Lucha Bros, Death Triangle, and the interviewer is saying, "Oh, you guys have bump in the road," and Pac's like, "Bump in the road, bump in the road. I'll show you what the bump in the road is. We are the trio tag champions, and I am the All-American champion." Probably a damn bad accent, but I tried it. Pac ends up getting punched, and as he's laying out, Orange Cassidy comes into the frame and says, "Yeah, you're a double champion, first time double champion, and you're going to be losing one of these championships very, very, very soon." And I am going to no sell this shit, just like I'm no selling my accent. Off the top rope says salute with some pie fag. Salute to y'all partners. But yeah, I'm no selling this whole everything. Like, first of all, that punch, that orange punch, was worse than this orange punch that I'm drinking right now. It what is this flavor? Orange mango. It tastes like trash. It's the worst Sunny D that I've ever had, which is why you've only seen me take one sip. But if you don't believe me, I'm gonna take a sip now, and you look at the look on my face. Just oh Jesus. Oh, I don't know why that's terrible, but it's not good. It's not good at all. I wish I could return it, but I don't waste money. But yeah, that orange punch was terrible. Just like that Sunny D that I was drinking. How in the hell am I supposed to believe that a cheap shot punch, an off guard punch, and the sound effect of the punch was that's how the punch sounded. And Pac is supposed to be laid out unconscious off a foot. Like, it was really just I hated it. 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 Off the top rope says no sell the audacity of Cassidy going against Tupac. I love that. I love that. Cassidy don't want none. Man, we gotta find Pac, man. But in this case, this Cassidy don't want none of Tupac either. That punch, I'm no selling all of that shit. It was terrible. I know they're trying to push Cassidy as a threat, but this just it didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. Didn't do it for me at all. No sell. No sell. No sell. Moving on to the women. This was the only segment of the night of our ladies, other than having Anna Jay and Ty Conti earlier, who Jim Ross called two Harlems. It's very terrible. Or he called them something that Jezebels or something that he shouldn't have called them. Wanted to know if he was going to get canceled if it happened, and We'll see, but he definitely called him that. But it's not no worse than his partner Jerry the King Lawler saying that Bianca Belair should cut her hair. God damn it, King. Whoo, King, King, King. But yes, we had a tag team title match. Well, no, not a tag team title match. We just had a tag team match with a champion involved. And shout outs to Tony Storm becoming the new AEW Women's Champion, intern champion. I hope that she has a better reign than Thunder Rosa has had. And when Thunder Rosa is able to come back, I hope Tony Storm goes over like she was going to in the first place. But the storyline here is Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter being at odds. Britt Baker and Tony Storm being at odds. Let's throw Athena in here because Tony Storm needs a partner and Athena needs something to do after getting that ass whooped by Jade. And that's why I kind of no sell this episode because I didn't get to see my baby. But Serena Deeb, Britt Baker teaming up against Tony Storm and Athena. And yeah, nice match, back and forth, back and forth. But the end sees Britt Baker putting a chair in there for Serena Deeb to toss Tony Storm into and then getting a pin as Athena is on the outside of the ring. And so that was the victory for the ladies, Serena Deeb and Britt Baker for that match. Cassidy is not a threat, off the top rope says. But speaking on topic, they off the top rope says Serena Deeb is underrated, and Serena Deeb is underrated. And I have finally got to the point where I'm done joking about Serena Deeb's hair being there. She has a very luscious locks, very, very nice head of hair now. It's just I was so accustomed to just seeing bald Serena. So it was just I'm over it now. The hair looks good. I'm used to it. Serena Deeb, she's a beast in the ring. She goes. Don't know what the story is for her moving forward. But after the match, they're getting beat down, and out comes Jamie Hayter to snatch the chair out of Britt Baker's hands. Hell of a curb stomp that she gave Athena. Athena, nice sell, almost doing a headstand off that curb stomp. But yes, Jamie Hayter takes the chair out of Britt Baker's hands and hits Tony Storm with it and still argues with Britt Baker. Obviously, we're going to get the progression of this story somehow, some way soon. I thought that Jamie Hayter was going to hit Britt Baker with the chair here. Britt Baker screaming, I said I was sorry. Jamie Hayter said this isn't over. We're going to figure this out one way or another. Yeah, not really sure what the major focus was here other than Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter with the champion being involved. But yeah, don't know who's coming up next for Jamie Hayter. So I kind of like sell this and I kind of no sell it just a little bit because focus should always be on the champion. However, whatever, but maybe we get Serena Deeb and Tony Storm coming up next, and I would not be mad at that match at all. Next, after this match, we get the main event, which is Chris Jericho taking on. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that at some point during this show, Ethan Page was here again with knocking out the pizza man or whoever that was, flipping dough and Danhausen and just stupidness. That's why I forgot about it. It wasn't worth mentioning whatsoever. I don't even know why I did. But the main event of Bryan Danielson taking on Chris Jericho. And Bryan Danielson has been going on a rampant run of defeating men that have been defeating him in AEW. And at a certain point of the match of them going back and forth, Jericho suplexed Bryan Danielson over the top rope and down to the bottom floor where Bryan Danielson injured his ankle, kayfabe, and or not. There was a story for the rest of the match, was the ankle injury of Bryan Danielson, which Chris Jericho went right on in, snatched off his boot, snatched off the kick pad, started slamming his ankle into the ringside area and around the pole and stomping on it, working it over major. But Bryan Danielson was able to overcome the onslaught and become the victor of that match, giving us Jon Moxley versus Daniel Bryanson or Bryan Danielson, having his name flip-flop switched around so many times and getting accustomed to both of them. It's a tongue twister now. But Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley next week for the AEW Championship. that CM Punk is no longer the owner of, but CM Punk does own the Bucks, as this guy with the sign in the back had a very nice or interesting signs all night long. This one being one of them. CM Punk owns the Bucks. Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious. He owns the EVPs, which means he probably owns the AEW, and he owns rent space and or rent in a lot of people's minds free of charge. But yeah, main event next week. John Moxley, 3-time world champion, which needs to be fixed, or I might be wrong. Who knows? But I could have sworn he's a 3-time AEW champion. So if they're counting 6 world championships from Bryan Danielson and he hasn't been a world champion in AEW already, you need to be adding in John Moxley's other world championship reigns. But that's only me. I pay attention to shit that I probably shouldn't be paying attention to. But next week, we're going to have that. And as a whole, I sell for AEW Dynamite, man. It was crazy. It was a crazy, 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 crazy good show. Not great, but crazy good. Crazy good. So, with that being said, that is all that I have for sell or no sell. And we are going to end this show with the last match subject. And I am excited just a little bit for it. The joy in my heart for the last match subject is oh man, it's very, very, very interesting. Let me move this out the way so y'all can see me smile. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There was a little bit of tit for tat by one of our good viewers, Young Rich Skinny, on Twitter. And she, after NXT went off the air, and obviously she was upset about Carmelo Hayes losing the North American Championship and about NXT going through what seems to be a change, which I am going to talk about in just a hot second. But yeah, she wasn't happy, and I was kind of happy. And she was like, "Yeah, what is going on?" And I was like, "Well, I guess I got to go check out NXT," because she was like, "I'm ready for whatever King Mac Milli, or Sir Mac, as my Twitter handler says. I'm ready for whatever Sir Mac has to say on Smark Psychology Pod." And I'm like, "Well, we had Alex Kane on last night, so we didn't get a chance to really get into NXT and talk about it, but things are changing for the better, and I love it. Oh, yeah. 1-year anniversary of NXT 2.0. And yeah, they went through it. Got a last minute. Well, now I'll wait for it. I'll come back to it. Yeah, NXT, man, it's 2.0. Here's what I have to say about the first year, or the only year, the first full year of NXT 2.0. Good fucking riddance, because when the show was over, Shawn Michaels, there was a video package, and Shawn Michaels was doing a voiceover, and there seems to be a new NXT coming along, and NXT 2.0 is no more. So before we show the new logo, let's go through the old logos. Here is the first from 2010 to 2012, which was the NXT competition version of NXT. That sucked, but saw a lot of great talent come out of that. Also, 2012 to 2014, we got the brand of NXT, which had a lot of great matches or upcomings coming from and starting off. And then we get into the very, very, very great portion of NXT, which was 2014 to 2019, the black and gold brand, for show, putting them on the map. We go through from 2019 to 2021, a different logo change, still the same great NXT. 2021 was a transitional time for NXT. And we get to NXT 2.0 that only lasted they said it's a year, but I would say I have no good words for NXT 2.0. I'll just say that much. I have no words for NXT 2.0. It frustrated me a lot, to the point that I stopped watching it for a very long time. I could not get behind the direction and the things that were happening and the people that were leaving, and just the quality of the matches turned upside down and got terrible. Outside of matches by uh, Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker, or shall I say Braun Steiner, which is his name, but all of those logos and forms of NXT, and now we have what seems to be this NXT that is coming to be no more 2.0. We're getting back to the black and the gold with a little mixture of what seems to be what am I gonna call this color? Champagne. I don't know. NXT champagne. We're gonna go with that for right now. They are recording 2 episodes of NXT this week, or maybe they recorded it yesterday. Two episodes for the next 2 weeks, and then NXT will be live, or is going back to go live, however that works out, in 2 weeks, and maybe that's when we get the new rebranding. Off the Top Rope says, yes, NXT Black and Gold is back. But like I said, I'm gonna call it NXT Champagne for right now till we get this configured, because looks like black is in there somewhere. Gold is always relevant, but yeah. Alex Kane, that's our guy, the suplex assassin. Alex Kane is everybody's homie, except for if you're standing in his way, and especially if you're a Hammerstone, which he had a message for yesterday, especially if you're Keith Lee, he had a slight message for him yesterday, and especially if you're Carmelo Hayes, he definitely had a message for him and for the bookers who are scared to book top talent. 2014 to 2021 was the best years of NXT, says Off the Top Ropes podcast, and we have been on the same page all show long. I cannot wait to see who or what comes about this new era of NXT. But I know for one, we are already getting Halloween Havoc. NXT TakeOver is back. TakeOver brand is back for NXT pay-per-views. I am excited. Triple H, you are doing wonders. Keep doing wonders. I'm happy that you have your child back, and I am happy that things are about to start getting a whole lot better in NXT. I'm going to actually start watching again, even though I started watching these last 2 weeks since about Heat Wave. I started watching again, and it was interesting enough to keep my interest, but nothing that I really got too excited for. NXT Champagne. Yeah, it got a little ring to it. NXT Champagne. Off the Top Ropes is laughing about that. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna call it. NXT Champagne. See if we get that rolling. See if we get that going. Feel free to mention it on your show. You know what I'm saying? We partners. We do the Thug Thizzle. Everybody, y'all check out Off the Top Rope podcast. You know what I'm saying? We all a family. We all in this together. All up in this together. But yeah, the last match discussion of NXT 2. Well, oh my God, I'm about to smack myself. There we go. Yeah, I just sold for myself. No NXT 2.0. It is dead. It is gone. NXT Champagne is here. The next 2 weeks, we'll probably see the color scheme, but they're probably rebranding the whole CWC and making it look a brand new. Hopefully, we get a new setup and we just get some better quality matches on that show, man. I miss the old black and gold. Obviously, we can't get nothing back from the past, but you know what I'm saying? We going backwards, but moving forwards at the same time. Going backwards, meaning as in quality and things that come going forward, because we're moving on from the high school of NXT 2.0. Oh my God, so many moments that they showed, and so many of them that I could care less about. But we'll see how it comes to be. But yeah, that was the last match discussion. Let me know how y'all feel about NXT 2.0 being no more, and NXT Champagne coming through to do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And as the beat plays in the background, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slide back to these comments. Off the Top Rope says, hallelujah, or hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yeah, NXT 2.0 is in the desert, but we might have 2 more weeks of it before we actually get a switch and a change to that NXT champagne. But yeah, for all y'all out there listening, I'd like to thank y'all for coming around, chilling with your boy, talking a little bit of wrestling and hearing me yap around. Red Cup Awards real quick. I wish I was this. Here we go. Let me see if I can bring up the image real quizznik, because y'all always got to see that. Bye. Red Cup Awards. Cups up. I don't know where my cup is at, but I gotta find my chain. You know what I'm saying? Boy, vacation. It'll tear you up. You know what I'm saying? Have you all out of the. Oh man, you're not gonna do it. I forgot that I took that off the loop, but I'm gonna get back to it. Booyah! Give me 1 second, cause I like that beat. It keeps me going. Let's throw that on joint. There we go. Wop. There we go. Yeah. You ain't gonna beat me, damn it. Yeah, Red Cups goes up to Off the Top Rope Podcast for joining and talking the shit, shooting the shit, being in agreement and on the same page, same team for the episode. Appreciate y'all. Let us know what y'all got popping and let us know what y'all got going on. Slide up in our DMs on Instagram and let us know what's up, man. Let us know what's up. Speaking of Instagram, y'all can follow us on Twitter at Smark Psych Pod. Y'all can follow us on Instagram at Smark Psychology. Follow us on Facebook. Find that page at Smark Psychology Podcast. For all y'all out there on Twitter, all y'all out there on Facebook, all y'all out there on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Look in the description. The links are there for the Facebook, for the Twitter, for the Instagram, for the YouTube. Ooh, yeah, should be. I might have missed one, but should be there. I might have missed it. That's what I did miss. Damn it. I'll do better next time. But subscribe to Smart Psychology Podcast on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Hit that notification button. Hit that jangling bell so you already know where we're coming from. Let me go ahead and update this real quick. Apple. Oh, too many P's. PPP. Ow. Go ahead and save that and boom. Follow and listen to us on Spotify, on Anchor, and on Apple Podcasts, where we have come to be. Smart Psychology, you already know what it is. We're making transitions and we are growing. We are doing things. Getting it around, you know what I'm saying? Off the Top Rope said it's about damn time. And ding dong, or damn dong, the witch is dead. Damn, ding dong. They got it together, get it together. But yes, catch us on all of those channels. And while you on all them channels, make sure you comment, you like, and you shizned there to your peoples, you know what I'm saying? You see your boy's IG right here, King Mac Milli. Also, you can catch me on Twitter at _Sir Mac _ you know what I'm saying? SIRMAC, you know what I'm saying? On the loop, yeah. Damn show, the shiggity on the loop. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, King Mac Milli. Holla at your boy Jay Classic. Red Cup goes out to him as well. Appreciate you doing your thug business when you does your thing. You already know what the schedule is and how we bring it. So the next time you will hear from us will be and should be on Sunday, as we bring to you all of the action that took place on Friday from SmackDown and Rampage. And hopefully there's some dirt cheap talk out there that we're going to have to share about and talk about indie state of mind. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the independent scenes. Once again, shout outs to everybody that made the top 500 on the Black Wrestling Independent list. Everybody that made the top 500 on the PWI, you know what I'm saying? Wrestling is great. Enjoy it for what it is. Don't be a mark. Be a smart. It's like turn to the smart side. Off the Top Rope says we appreciate the award. Gang. Red Cup up. red cup up. And in the fourth person, we says clap, 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 clap. To all the RCA winners, you know what I'm saying? Red cups out to both lists. Red cups out to J Class. Red cups up to Off the Top Row Podcast. And they say they definitely gonna reach out, definitely for shiggity, for show though. We're gonna be waiting for that. Red cups to everybody that's listening and everybody that's gonna be placing their eyes up on this visual. But you already know what time it is. It's time to get on up out of here as I place the crown back upon my head. Yeah, it's time to get going. It's time to get up out of here as I'm jangling, shining all up in the darkness and the lights, you know what I'm saying? King Mac Milli has been Dynamite. Get sight and turn to the Smark side. You dig?